Welcome to the Rewilded Human podcast, where Dr. Lucille and Lynn will tackle your most difficult and intimate questions with candor, tough love, and a little dash of humor. In today's episode,
Yeah, you know what? I would say it's your wedding. I don't think you're the problem. It's your wedding. It's one of the most special occasions of your entire life. You have every right to decide how you want to do it. It's nobody else's business, really.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of the Rewilded Human podcast. I'm Lynn, and my co-host Lucille is here with me, and we have a very different episode for you today. We're going to try something completely different. This is going to be called Am I the Problem? And we're going to do this rapid fire question and answer. We're going to try to get through about 15 questions. Now, just to give you a little bit of an intro about us quickly, I'm Lynn Hardy. I'm a nutritional consultant and a naturopath. I'm also a wild child. I love nature. I love hiking. I'm a citizen of the world. What else can I tell you? There's so many interesting things about me, but I don't want to bore you guys too much because this episode is about you. And let me introduce Lucille to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Lucille Neckes, and I am unlike Lynn. I am very much an at-home person. I do love to travel, but I am here in my beautiful home in Canada, and I am a holistic psychiatrist, psychotherapist, and I focus on doing EMDR with people. And I also love things like law of attraction and working with frequency devices like the Healy. And so I am basically a lot of my experience has come from doing my work with people and really delving deep into the human psyche. So that's
I love it. Love it. Guys, for the Healy, check the link below, please. So you get some more information about this amazing device. And we're going to get right into the rapid fire. So this is going to go fast, guys. So pay attention. You might have to listen to this episode twice so you don't miss anything. So the first question is, am I the problem for considering cutting off my sibling financially after a history of them not paying me back? Short answer, no. Dr. Lucille?
Absolutely not. I agree. Totally. No, you are not the problem. Okay.
Number two.
Question number two. Am I the problem for thinking of not attending a wedding that is expensive and conflicts with my personal obligations?
Depends on whose wedding it is, right? I mean, if it's a really close family member or very close friend, then get rid of your conflict and go to this person's wedding. If it's like a distant relative or someone you don't really care about, then obviously it's a different thing, right? So I think it just depends on who it is. What do you think, Lucille?
I agree. And you can ask yourself the question, will I regret it for life later if I don't go, right?
Do we ever regret not going to weddings?
I haven't.
No. Okay, number three. Am I the problem for being frustrated with my roommate who doesn't clean up after their pet? Now, we both have our pets here behind us.
Yes.
I have the smaller version of Lucille's dog. So, what do you think, Lucille?
I absolutely do not think you are the problem. I think that people have to be very conscious about how they impact on other people and how their pets impact on other people. And a clean environment is something that everybody's entitled to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're not the problem.
No, tell your roommate to clean up after the bloody pet. Yeah. Number four.
Am I the problem for not wanting to share an inheritance from my biological parent with my step siblings I'm not close to?
So biological parent, but the step sibling would have the same parent?
Yeah.
Well, I guess whatever the will said, right?
Yeah, I think that's the easy answer, right? If this is a case where there is no will, I think that you have to go by whatever the parent has indicated, when they were alive, whether they were planning to give things to their stepchildren or not. A lot will depend if there's a power of attorney or if there's somebody who's handling the estate.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have the inheritance and your step siblings are wanting some of that.
Yeah.
So from the question, it sounds almost as if you've already gotten the money from your biological parent.
Yeah, and they don't want to share.
You know what? Yeah. I don't think you're the problem.
No, I don't think you're the problem
honest.
either. No, I wouldn't share it, especially if you're not close. Keep the money, buy a new car, have fun. Number 5, am I the problem? I knew we'd have too much fun with these. Am I the problem for expecting a 50-50 split on all expenses with my partner, despite our different salaries? Okay, so I wonder if your partner is making more or less than you. I mean, I would think that I would assume your partner is making less than you and you still expect a 50-50 split, in which case you're the problem.
I agree. I agree.
I mean, if one person is making a lot more money, then it's not fair. If you're in a serious relationship or you're married and one is making a lot more money, then they should be paying a higher share. That's Lucille, right?
I agree. I totally agree.
Absolutely. You are not the problem. Make your partner pay more. Period.
Okay. Am I the problem for being honest with my friend about their lack of talent in singing?
Yes, that's just mean.
It is.
It's mean.
I mean, did your friend ask you directly whether you think they have any talent?
Talent is subjective, I mean, how many singers are singing with terrible voices, right? If she loves singing and she enjoys it, let her sing. I mean, how many times do we suffocate people or even children, tell them they have a terrible voice and then they stop singing and then that would have been their passion. If she feels passionate about it, she loves it, let her sing her heart out. Stop being the problem.
I agree. If you don't like it, then you just stick earplugs in. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Number 7, am I the problem for wanting an adults-only wedding and causing family drama? So you don't want any kids at your...
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I would say it's your wedding. I don't think you're the problem. It's your wedding. It's one of the most special occasions of your entire life. You have every right to decide how you want to do it. It's nobody else's business, really.
I agree. You're not the problem. I had a friend that was just going through this and I said the same thing. If you don't want kids there, it's your wedding. So you decide. Of course, people are going to be upset. Some people might bring their kids regardless, but you absolutely have a right to have the wedding of your dreams. That's your right. Number 8.
All right. Am I the problem for not wanting to donate my vacation days to others at work?
Is there even such a thing? I've never heard of this before.
I've never heard of it before either. I don't work with other people. I don't work in the corporate setting. I don't know. But this is like crazy. Why would you even be expected to donate your personal vacation days to somebody else?
That's crazy. Don't do that. Take your vacation days and go away and send postcards to your friends that are working.
Yeah, tell them what a great time you're having.
Yeah, you are not the problem. Definitely not the problem. Oh, here's a good one.
Not the problem.
Am I the problem for not wanting to accommodate my vegan friend's diet in my home for a week? I don't know. Lucille, what do you think?
I don't know why you would want to, if you're not a vegan, I don't know why you would want to have vegan friends over for a whole week.
Yeah, that would be a really long time.
I could tolerate doing a vegan dinner.
Yeah.
But it's like living with somebody who's got like really strict religious rules about everything. And then you have to accommodate to all of that for a whole week. Are you kidding me?
I know.
You might want to consider just having them over for lunch.
Yeah, you are not the problem. You don't need, it's like, it's your home, whatever you cook, that's the food. If they don't like it, then they need to make other arrangements. That's my opinion. Right?
Right.
If I have people over, yeah, you're right. Maybe for one dinner, I might accommodate different things, but I'm not going to be cooking different meals for everybody for a week. No, tell them to go to a hotel, a vegan one.
I agree. Okay. All right. Number 10, am I the problem for wanting to keep a small lottery prize to myself when my family expects a share.
How dare they? Like, why would they expect a share?
That's my feeling too. Why? I assume what you paid for, whatever it was, a lottery ticket, you paid for it, and they expect that they're going to get a share. Well,
And it's small,
maybe
small lottery prize.
And a small lottery prize. Come on, let them buy their own lottery tickets.
Yeah, why would you even tell them? If I won the lottery, I would not tell anyone. And the only signs that there would be there, instead of one dog, I'd have like 100 dogs behind me. That's how you would know that I won the lottery. Next time, don't tell them. Just go spend the money.
I agree.
Number 11, am I the problem for refusing to lend my car to a friend who has a history of returning it damaged? God, no.
Of course not.
Why would you do that? That's an easy one, guys.
Absolutely. Definitely not the problem.
No. I mean, people really take advantage of other people, and that just really, really gets my goat when people do that, and they don't respect your property, and then they expect to use it over and over again. Absolutely not. No.
Okay. Okay. Am I the problem for not wanting to tip at a restaurant where I received subpar service? I don't think you're a problem.
No,
tipping is now like kind of expected, but it used to be that you tipped if you got exceptional service, or at least better than average. But I do not agree that we're supposed to supplement the server's income if the restaurateur is either not training them very well, or is too cheap to pay them an adequate income. I don't think I should be paying for subpar, paying something extra for subpar.
Absolutely.
I don't think you're the problem.
No, and it's funny. I'm in Europe. I live in Europe, and in most countries, tipping is like for example, here in Spain or in Gibraltar, if something comes to like $69, maybe they'll leave 70. But tipping is not expected at all, and there's no 10% or 20% like in the US. It just doesn't even exist. People round up, or they leave nothing. If they pay by card, they leave nothing. So I kind of like that system. It's hard to get used to, but I like that system. But you are definitely not the problem for not wanting to leave a tip if you didn't get great service. Absolutely not. You might not want to go back to that restaurant again because, maybe the waiter will remember you, and who knows what he'll do to your drink. But no, I would definitely. Well, that can happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next question, Lucille.
Am I the problem for telling my neighbor to keep their noisy gatherings down after 10 p.m.? Oh, I so feel for you. You are not the problem. And I live in a very dense neighborhood, and it's mostly quiet, but every once in a while we get these noisy teenagers who are out playing basketball in the laneway behind our houses at like 11, 12 o'clock at night, or they're setting off fireworks. I'm ready to have the police round them up and send them to jail forever.
Wow.
Because you need your sleep, you need peace, right? And this is absolutely not done. So I do not think you are the problem at all.
No, I agree completely. And I mean, when I spend my time in Spain here, that's when people start to come alive at 10, 11. That's when the parties start, and they'll go all night, and it's very common. So it's kind of a cultural thing as well. But yeah, no, you are definitely not the problem. You deserve your sleep, and people need to respect that. After 10 o'clock, there should be no noise. Sure. I lived in Switzerland for a long time, and there was a law there. After 10 o'clock, you couldn't flush the toilet. If you're in an apartment building, you could, they had really strict laws, like no flushing the toilet, no running the water. You couldn't use the vacuum cleaner. You couldn't use your dishwasher. It was all specified. So, those can work very well in situations like this. So number 14, am I the problem for not wanting to participate in a work event on my day off? That's a little bit challenging because, it depends on the type of work, right? I mean, I would say my first instinct would be to say, no, you are not the problem. But then again, sometimes there are work events that are really important, and for your future growth or your future advancement with the company, you have to kind of take these things into consideration.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little bit nuanced. It's not so black and white, because there are some work environments where it's so important that you bond with your fellow employees in order for you to be a good team.
Yes.
At the job. So while I don't think it's mandatory, I don't think it should be mandatory that you go to every single work event. But, sometimes I think you do have to carefully consider, how is it going to impact your work life?
Mm-hmm.
How is it going to impact your team spirit if you never show up at work events?
Yes.
Social, right?
I
agree.
I agree. Be a team player. You are the problem. Yes. Absolutely.
Sometimes you're the problem. Okay.
Sometimes you're the problem. And then brings us to the last question.
Okay. Am I the problem for asking a family member to repay a loan I gave them years ago, even though they are currently financially stable? You are definitely not the problem. They're being irresponsible.
Yes. Why do people assume that they can just, not pay you back? I've gone through it so many times and it's so frustrating. You are definitely not the problem. It doesn't matter how much money it is, or, if they're financially stable or not. If somebody borrows money from you, they need to pay you back, period. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that went pretty fast. That went very fast. I thought it was going to take longer. So that brings us to the end of episode 10, guys. Let us know if you like this. This was kind of fun. It was a little bit different from what we normally do. We like to spend more time on answering your questions, especially your personal questions. So this was just something fun that we saw on Reddit, and it was kind of inspired by that. And we thought we'd try it out. So if you guys like this, let us know below. And, make sure you subscribe and like this on whichever platform you are, so that you get notifications when we post our new episodes. The next episode, episode 11, I can't believe we've already done 10 episodes, Lucille. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to be talking about midlife crisis, which is going to be really, really interesting. And then some financial disagreements, which is very common in relationships. We've got some really, really juicy, interesting questions. So you guys want to tune in for the next one. And that's going to be episode 11 coming up next week. Thank you again for being with us and for listening to this rapid fire. We hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys next week.
Please be aware that Lynn and I are here to provide insights, advice, stories that are for educational and entertainment purposes only. None of our content should be considered to be personal, medical, or mental health therapy. If you are experiencing a mental health or physical health challenge, please consult the appropriate healthcare specialist. We are here to provide the best possible content in an atmosphere of positive conversation and personal growth.